There is a moment every parent remembers. It might happen at 3 weeks or 6 weeks or somewhere in between. You are leaning over your baby, tired, still finding your footing in this new life, and then, it happens. Your baby looks directly at you and smiles. Not a reflex. Not gas. A real, deliberate, unmistakable smile aimed at your face. And something shifts inside you that is almost impossible to describe. Most parents think of that first smile as a milestone. A sweet moment to photograph and send to grandparents. A sign that things are going well. But neuroscientists see something completely different when they study what is happening in the days and weeks around your baby's first real smile. They see one of the most significant neurological events in the entire first year of life. A moment that signals the activation of a brain system so foundational that everything your baby will ever feel, learn, and become depends on it working correctly. Your baby's first smile is not just a milestone. It is a turning point inside their brain. And understanding what it means will change how you respond to every smile that comes after it. By the end of this, you will know exactly what your baby's first smile is telling you about their developing brain, the science behind why your response to that smile matters more than you realize, and 3 things you can do starting today that work directly with this system to build something extraordinary inside your child. Neuroscientists call it the social reward system. And the researcher whose work best explains what happens in a baby's brain during that first smile is Dr. Nim Tottenham, director of the Developmental Affective Neuroscience Laboratory at Columbia University, whose decades of research into the developing brain have produced findings that fundamentally changed how scientists understand the relationship between emotion, reward, and early brain architecture. Here is what is actually happening. Deep inside your baby's brain sits a structure called the ventral striatum. It is the brain's reward center. It lights up when something feels good, when an expectation is met, when a connection is made. And in the weeks leading up to your baby's first social smile, this structure has been quietly coming online, building the circuitry that will govern your baby's motivation, their capacity for joy, their ability to seek and sustain connection with other people for the rest of their life. The first real smile, the one directed at your face, is the signal that the social reward system has activated. Your baby has just learned something their brain will never unlearn. Looking at you feels good. Connecting with you produces a reward signal so powerful that the brain immediately begins building pathways to seek more of it. Picture this. Your baby is lying in your arms, eyes finding your face. You smile down at them. And then it happens, that slow, deliberate, full-face smile that starts in their eyes before it reaches their mouth. In that single moment, the ventral striatum fires. Dopamine releases. The reward circuit registers, this. This is what connection feels like. And the brain, which is always building toward what produces reward, begins laying down the neural architecture that will make your baby seek human connection, respond to warmth, and build relationships for the rest of their life. A landmark study published in the journal PNAS used neuroimaging to measure infant brain responses to social interaction in the weeks around the emergence of the first smile. What researchers found was striking. The reward regions of the brain showed significantly increased activation in response to a caregiver's face compared to any other stimulus. And the babies whose caregivers responded most warmly and consistently to early social signals, including early smiles, showed stronger reward system development and more robust social brain architecture at follow-up measurements months later. The response to the smile matters as much as the smile itself. Your baby is not just expressing something when they smile at you. They are testing something. They are asking the most important question their developing brain knows how to ask. When I reach for connection, does connection come back? And every time you smile back, every time you lean in, soften your face, respond with warmth, you are answering that question in the most powerful way possible. Yes. Every time. Connection comes back. So what does this mean for how you show up with your baby starting today? 3 things. Simple, specific, and more powerful than anything you could buy. The first is this: make your face the most responsive thing in your baby's world. Your baby's social reward system is built by what it experiences most consistently. And in the first months of life, the most important experience that system can have is a face that answers. When your baby looks at you, look back. When your baby smiles at you, smile back before you do anything else. Not a quick glance and back to your phone. A full, warm, deliberate response that your baby can see and feel. You might say, "There it is. There is that smile." You might lean in closer and let your whole face soften. The exact words matter less than the fact that your face moved toward them. That movement, that responsiveness, is the reward signal their brain is learning to seek. And the more consistently you provide it, the stronger the architecture of their social reward system becomes. The second is, respond to smiles even when you are tired. This is the hardest one. Because the months when your baby's social reward system is most actively developing are often the most exhausting months of your life as a parent. The 5 a.m. smile when you have not slept. The smile in the middle of a feeding when you are running on nothing. Those smiles feel like they cost something you do not have. But here is what the research says. The consistency of your response matters more than the quality of it. A tired smile that shows up is building the same architecture as a well-rested one. Your baby does not need you to be performing joy. They need you to turn toward them. That is enough. That has always been enough. The third is, create moments of pure face-to-face time every day. Put everything else down. No phone beside you, no television in the background, no task running in parallel. Just your face and your baby's face, close together, with nowhere else to be. Even 3 minutes of this, 3 minutes of full, unhurried, mutual gaze and response, gives your baby's developing social reward system exactly what it needs to grow. Researchers call this contingent responsiveness. Your baby does something, you respond. They smile, you smile. They look away, you wait. They look back, you are still there. That loop, repeated in those small windows of pure attention, is one of the most powerful brain-building experiences available to any parent anywhere in the world. It costs nothing. It requires nothing except your presence. And it is building something inside your baby that will shape every relationship they will ever have. No app smiles back at your baby the way you do. No toy responds to their specific face in the specific moment they reach for connection. Only you do that. And every time you do, you are writing into their brain the most important lesson it will ever learn. Reaching for people is worth it. The fact that you remember your baby's first smile, that it stopped you, that it changed something in you, is not a coincidence. That moment moved you because your brain has a social reward system too. And it recognized, in the most ancient and wordless way, that something significant had just happened between you and your child. You were right. Something significant had happened. And every smile that comes after it is another chance to answer the question your baby keeps asking in the only language their brain currently speaks. Carry this with you today. Your baby's smile is not just an expression. It is an invitation. And every time you smile back, fully, warmly, without distraction, you are building inside them the neural foundation for every connection, every friendship, every relationship they will ever have. If this changed how you see your baby's smile, subscribe to MotherCode. Every week we release new science-backed videos about what is really happening inside your child's developing mind, explained simply, without guilt, without overwhelm. A quick like helps other parents find this when they need it most. Until next time, when your baby smiles at you, smile back like it matters. Because it does. More than almost anything else you will do today.